Welcome to Doing Live with Pastor Donovan and Pastor Chantel. Today is the last Wednesday of Women's Month, and today I'm so excited. I'm sitting with my family. So welcome to Doing Live, guys.
Thank you.
So let me introduce you to all of them. In the middle is my sister Cheryl. She's my elder sister. Then it's her daughter Candice.
Hi.
And her daughter Mishka.
Hi.
This is my mommy.
Hi.
This is my sister Gail.
Hello.
My sister Saskia. And that is Cameron, that is Gail's
Hello.
daughter. So welcome, guys. It's good to have you all on the program with me. So on the 21st of May, our life as a family changed. My sister Cheryl was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer. And today we just simply want to share the journey that we all have been walking, and we are still walking it. But by the grace of God, we are still standing here as a family. And so, Cheryl, tell us the day that the doctor told you that you have stage 3 cancer. What went through your mind and what did you feel?
Daardie oomblik het ek eintlik niks gevoel nie. Aan die ander kant was dit, daar is daar 'n naam aan die pyn. En dan in dieselfde moment was ek bang dat ek vorentoe.
Yeah. And Cheryl just finished a treatment of 7 weeks. She's been through a 7 week of radiation treatment, and on top of that, once a week she received chemo. And so on the 24th of September, she will have to go back to the hospital just to get tested again. But we believe and we trust the Lord that the test will come clear. And so Gail, so on the 24th, when she received the news, myself and Gail, we were with her at the hospital. So Gail, tell us, what did you feel in that moment?
In daai oomblik het ek nie geweet hoe om te voel nie. Want dit alles het so onwerklik gevoel. Maar my stilte tyd het ek het so klomp emosies opgekom by my. Ek was bang.
Ja.
En ek het nie geweet wat om te doen om dit vir my suster beter te maak.
Yeah. And I remember, I was sitting there, and when the doctor gave us the diagnosis, and just to backtrack, a week before that, we as a family, we fasted. We fasted and trusted the Lord for perhaps a better outcome, but also to give us wisdom in how to deal with the situation. In that moment, when we heard the diagnosis, the devil immediately whispered in my ear that I failed my family, that the Lord that I served failed my family. But God was so faithful. Immediately God said to me, this is not about you, but this is about God and His goodness and His grace and His mercy in people's life, because it is the goodness of God that draw people to God. And so the devil just wanted to shake us as a family and tell us, yeah, you fasted, but look now, here the diagnosis is still cancer. But we could just praise God that He intervened and guide us from there. So how did you all feel when you heard the diagnosis?
I think I felt more broken because everyone that I've lost went for due to cancer.
Mommy, how did you feel?
Daai oomblik toe ek die nuus kry, toe was ek baie devastated. Ek was stikkend, ek was hartseer. Ek het nie geweet hoe om te voel nie. Maar ek het na my binnekamer toe gegaan en ek het met die Here gepraat. En het by my opgekom aan die Here sal die dinge op die pad bring wat jy nie kan hanteer nie. En toe ek die woorde besef, toe weet ek die Here is in alles met ons. Die Here gaan vir ons hierdie bring.
That's right.
En ek het vir my daarin berus. Ja, daar is my moments, my af moments wat ek 'n bietjie emosioneel raak. Maar hy herinner die Here net weer vir my Vertrou op my. Ek is met jou. Ek sal julle nie in die steek laat nie. En daarom, die Here is my sterkte, die Here is my krag. En die Here dra ons elke dag deur. En ek is net dankbaar, my kind Cheryl het haar behandeling nog gekry en nou kyk ons net na die pad vorentoe.
That's right. Candice, hoe het jy gevoel?
Geskok. Dink soos almal. Nooit gedink dat dit voor ons deur gaan staan nie.
Ja?
Altyd vir iemand anders en maar ek dink jy mense het ooit aan gedink dat ons en daai bootjie gaan wees.
That's right.
But we've come this far, so
Yeah,
now just waiting for the results.
that's right. And so what was the most challenging thing that you guys had to deal with?
I think the challenging part for me was I'm a first-time mom, and I had to do or take all my mom's responsibility at home. So it was a challenge because it was me learning how to be a new mom and in trying to fill my mom's boots at home.
And also, Mishka was working at the time and she had to decide, or as a family collectively, they had to decide that Mishka will stay at home to just help to take care of her mom. And so, how did the responsibilities and care tasks shift in the house, especially?
Responsibilities, like we were so dependent on my mom. She used to do everything, so it was, I must admit, crazy. Taking over things that you were not used to. Mishka taking over the household, basically. Me providing financially. So it has its struggles, but I think we've come to that point where we now getting used to it. That's
right.
hard, but we just keep on moving. So
Moving forward. And so, as a family, did you guys think you had the space to just share your feelings and how you need to deal with the situation?
I think like if we have to look back, like when Shanti was here in the beginning of the year, sorry, you started the group, sisters growing, not knowing that we were gonna need that, you know, and that really I think helped us a lot, and it already like prepared us to become closer before, because it opened a platform for us as women or sisters to speak about how we feel, to share the word, and you know, to use that in your daily lives. So when that came, you knew that there was this room or space where it was just us. You could run to ask a question, ask advice, whether you were sitting in Joburg. That was our, you know, that is our room, our safety for each other. And the fact that we had family meetings, like nobody knew how to deal with the emotions and everything, and like you and Donovan really helped us in that aspect to, you know, push us to speak about how you feel, get it out. Like I think all of us kept things inside, but the moment we like came together and we had those meetings, that helped so much.
And if we look back as a family during this journey up till now, what is the biggest lesson that we learned, or what you guys learned while you faced it?
Candace mentioned that we never thought that it would come on our path, and that we should take to heart that life is short. If you look at today's news, everybody's passing away. And majority is young people. So I think we should live closer to each other more and respect each other in the sense of moving forward.
That's right. And so, do you feel this experience brought us as a family? Because I know we've always been a close family. But did this experience take us to the next level?
Yeah,
definitely did.
like it also like shows you like who's in your corner, like family, friends, Yeah. Like everybody's showing up. Everybody has different ways
Yeah.
of showing up.
Yeah.
And we learn to communicate openly with each other. I know some of us don't usually express how we feel. We keep it inside. And we are family of supporting each other, always have and always will. And this just shows that we will always rely on each other and just continue to support each other.
And I think that is so important that we know. And I think it's heartwarming that you know there's someone in your corner. There's someone that's going to show up for you when you need that person to show up. And so, how does it feel to be on the other side of the treatment, Cheryl?
Oh, ek weet nou nie, maar dit is vir my was dit net een van daai dinge. Maar kan vir julle as familie sê, ek weet nie vir julle, ek is lief vir julle.
And I think that is, and we love you too. We, as we sit here as sisters and nieces, we love you too, and you can be sure of that. We'll always be in your corner, irrespective of what life said. We will be in your corner, and we know you're sitting this side of the treatment now. You just need to get stronger. You just need to now start live again. You know, because you have a second chance now. It's almost like now God gave you a second chance to now just, you have a purpose. And I think that is the most important thing that you need to realize. You have a purpose, you have a testimony. And ask God to put people in your sphere of influence that you can tell your story to. Because your story is not finished. You know? And what advice as a family would you give someone that's perhaps facing the same situation, or maybe something else, but they just need to hear a word? What advice would you give that person?
Like I haven't, like Titi obviously experienced it like physically and all of that. But if it's from a family point of view, like supporting that person really matters. Like if we look at all Titi's friends that showed up, like whether it was just to come and crack a joke or whatever, because you didn't know what to say, but that it just lightened up the space.
That's right.
So for if somebody is going through this and they have family, I would rather give advice to their family and friends, like show up for that person.
That's right.
Doesn't matter how you can do that. Like that's all that person needs. You like when we look at us, like it was so nice seeing that Titi could just go through a treatment and not worry about I don't have this because Candace is gonna show up with that item tonight.
Yeah.
We don't have transport, Declan, Tammy, Saskia. You don't want somebody to still stress about
That's
that
right.
while they're going through that. And I was like literally like checking out everybody, like, no, I got this handled, girls got this handled. Shanty even from Joburg, like so it really matters, like support
the
friends
person.
or family.
So what are you guys most grateful for sitting here now today? What are you most grateful for?
Family of it.
Family, yeah. Definitely family.
Jy besef family is al wat ons is in die season. Jy het kom saam Cheryl. En ek is baie grateful vir my familie vir almal by mekaar gestaan.
And so today, we just, as a family, we just want to encourage you, you know, whatever it is that you are facing in your life, whatever season of your life that you are finding yourself in, we just want to encourage you. What God did for us, God will do for you. You know, lean on someone. Don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be scared to tell someone how you feel, because that is the most important thing, that we communicate feelings. Because the minute you feel that you don't have the space to view or to say how you feel, that is the moment you're going to become depressed. You're going to fall into a hole of darkness because you're going to feel alone. So we want to encourage you today as a family, lean on people, ask for help. Your story is not finished. God still have something in store for you. And so today, I just want to say thank you to my family. I want to say to Cheryl and my mom, thank you for just walking the journey, trusting God, because God is sometimes the only person that we can just talk to honestly. I mean, I can tell you, I'm speaking to you honestly, but deep down, there's emotions that we don't speak about, but we speak to God about it. So thank you for just being here for Cheryl. I'm not always here. For me, it was lovely to just be here this last couple of weeks and a half, and to just also support, physically being here and supporting the family. So from my side, and I know from Donovan and the kids, we love each and every one, and we always will be here for you guys. And so family, I hope that you enjoyed all the testimonies of this August month, that you will take away something from the testimonies and share these videos. There's people out there that need to hear these videos. And so from our home to your home, we love you and we continue praying for you.